clinching a GLIAC championship, especially for your seniors on senior day. Just talk about that.
Well, it was obviously a big game for the seniors, and I thought the seniors did a great job today, and we were really fueled by the seniors. Jeff, Janice, John Jennings had some big plays all day long. We had the big play from John Bryan and getting the ball in the end zone. Our backs ran hard. Senior offensive line and our senior guys on defense, Brian Johnson with some big plays. It was great to see the seniors, from what it looked like on the sideline, play their best game of the season.
I know you still got more goals left, but on senior day is kind of a day for reflection on some of those guys and their careers. You reflect especially on guys like Jennings and Janice and the careers that they've had.
Well, we've had some great careers out of this senior class, and it's a group that really, in terms of since I've been here, it's a class I recruited, all guys that we recruited since I've been here, and I've really gotten to know them as people as well as football players, and it's an outstanding group of people. It's no wonder they're having success in football because they're great people, they work hard, and they're high character individuals. It's not hard to fall in love with this senior class. They've done some great things through their careers, and the thing they give us right now is a steady amount of poise. If things don't go our way, we've got great senior leadership that's capable of calming people down and getting them refocused on the task at hand. And it's been just a great experience being around them for the last 4 and 5 years. And as you said, still a lot still to play for and work for.
Score 50 for the second week in a row, but this time do it in 3 quarters. Just talk about your efficiency on offense. 2 back-to-back 96-yard drives, just kind of very efficient day at the office for the offense.
Well, first of all, you're right. We had 2 long drives in the first half. One was on a long pass. The other one was just a really long drive where we executed really well. But let's not forget that third touchdown was a defensive score from John Bryan. So, we had 45. We put 45 up on offense. I think Scott's kick was about 50 yards. That was great to see him make that one. But once again, it was a lot of big plays, and it was our seniors doing a great job of executing the offense, and with some help of the younger guys as well. But it was great to see the efficiency of the offense, see the way we move the football against a good defense, and as I said, awesome to see a defensive score thrown in there as well.
With that defense, we talked about how sometimes these offenses put up lots of numbers, but you guys really played 4 quarters, held them to 36 yards rushing on 31 carries. Probably the best effort of the season. I think.
No question about it. Northern Michigan has a good offense, and they keep coming at you. They don't quit, as you saw. They keep throwing it and running it, and it didn't matter what the score was. So we had to do a great job of just competing the whole 60 minutes, and I thought we were excellent in that regard defensively. Held them to 3 points in the first half. And second half, we had a lot of backups in the game, and they were competing, playing hard against Northern Michigan's number 1 offense. So I like the way our defensive group really competed today. And then the other key thing was I thought in the kicking game we were really good.
Hamilton's interception right after that fumble, how big was that to kind of turn things right back around? It looked like, that fumble was going to hurt you guys, but then right 3 plays later, you get the ball right back.
We talked about that in the locker room. I think, when you fumble on the first play of the game, in a big game, an important game, it could be deflating, especially on your own 20. But the defense took the field with a lot of confidence, and I heard a lot of them say, we'll get it back, don't worry about it. And 2 big stops on first and second down, and then on third and long, they threw it his way, and Trayvon made a great play on the football. But I thought excellent job at least holding them to potentially a field goal, but coming up with the interception was big, holding them to no points and getting the ball back for the offense. Great play by Trayvon and the defense entirely.
And that 95-yard pass play. You guys that make a habit of throwing on downs, maybe other teams would run it or going for that strike, being aggressive. Just talk about that play call, and there's a 50-yard pass in the air, and Janet caught it in stride. Talk about that play call.
Well, really, in that situation, we were expecting them to play softer coverage, but we ran the ball on first down and saw the safeties come flying up. So, on the next play, I said, we're probably going to get the same look because it was a successful look. And this is probably one of those areas of the field where they least expect us to go up top. And, we took a shot at it. It comes down to, and we talk about this every week, the line did a great job of protecting because they came with some pressure there. The line did a great job of protecting. And on a windy day, John threw a great ball, and Jeff did a great job of running underneath it and then taking it all the way. And, that was a backbreaker. You could see them get a little deflated in that situation because of the fact that we were backed up in our own end and didn't get much on first down and were able to hit that big play.
You guys are missing a couple couple starters, Paris and Duke, were those late
Yeah.
injuries in practice? Or
Yeah, both guys got injured in practice and late in the week. And, unfortunately, that stuff happens and that's one of the things right now that's been a trademark of this football team. We practice hard. Our practices are really competitive. We do a lot of stuff with the number one offense against the number one defense, and it's for a reason. That's what's made us better as the years gone on. And sometimes that's the threat. You get a guy stepped on, and D'Angelo got stepped on by one of our receivers, and when they were going for a pass and. He hurt his foot and wasn't able to play today. But it's not; these aren't the type of injuries that are going to hold guys out for weeks or the season. So hopefully those guys are back ready to go this week.
Duke, similar thing?
Similar thing. Yep, hurt his back, tweaked his back, and he's had some back spasm type of stuff. So hopefully he's back.
To do it without two starters to have that defensive effort speaks to what we're talking about too. Just how pretty amazing performance, and considering those two guys are contributors week in and week out.
Exactly, and we have that next guy in mentality. And I think our coaches do a great job of getting guys ready to play. And then, as I said, when you practice hard every day and you go against good people every day, you're going to have an opportunity to get better. And when the phone rings for you, you got to answer it. That's what those guys did today.
That's one for me, Grand Valley. Set this game up. How big is this one?
Well,
they win this week. You guys win this week. Sets up this huge showdown.
Yeah, well, obviously it's a big game every year. There's a lot on the line every year, and the thing, it's fitting that this showdown has a lot of emphasis again on the game. And what I mean is, there's a lot of things at stake for both football teams, and that's what you want. You want to finish with a big rival with something at stake, and that's the situation we're in this week. And I like the way our guys have prepared all year long. And they've prepared all year long for a big game on Saturday, and obviously we need to do it again this week.
That was going to be one of my questions. But, you talked a little bit about the collective effort. Do you feel like this team is kind of peaking at the right time, maybe the big game at Grand Valley and the playoffs?
I don't know if peaking is the right word. I think we're a team that's gotten better every week because we've worked hard every week. And we talk about how your effort and your habits and practice are going to be what decides whether or not you're a team that gets better every week or doesn't. And I think we've done a great job of embracing the work ethic that you need to have. And we've gotten better every week. And I think every single Saturday when you're playing an opponent, there's always going to be different things you have to do better. And so we're going to focus on those this week. But I think it's a football team that's really embraced the fact that if we keep working hard every day and competing, we're going to get better.
Well, you made your final game at Wick Stadium a memorable one. Talk about being your senior and walking off as a GLIAC champion.
It feels great. Obviously we're looking forward to many more things coming ahead of us. But it feels great to be 9-0 in the GLIAC right now. And to do the things that our team's done, we're really happy about that.
You and Jeff are obviously both seniors now. You've played a lot of games together. You had another big game today. Both of you collectively. Talk a little about your chemistry and your relationship, if you don't mind.
Obviously, the time spent together really helps. He's my next-door neighbor, so it helps a lot. We've been here throughout the summers throwing together and stuff, but he's a great athlete, and to throw it to a guy like him it makes it easy for me, so it's really a great thing.
230 yards, 4 touchdowns. It might be a career day for most people, but it's kind of just become old hat for him. I mean, that's kind of amazing in itself, is it not?
Absolutely. The kid is awesome. Obviously, that's why he's All-American, but he makes things easy, like I said. Really, his speed and athletic ability really makes things easy for me, and he makes a lot of plays.
How much does it fuel the offense when the coach calls and that when you guys are deep in their zone, that 95-yard or that deep pass play? How big is that your coach has the confidence in you guys, you're backed up into your guys' side of the field? How big was that for you, that play?
It's great. Obviously, that's a big thing is having the trust from the coaches, and for him to trust in us to make that play, it's awesome. And I think the line did a great job on that play, and Jeff made a great play again. They knew that he would do some big things, so he did it.
Did you sense that they were a little deflated after that their defense? That one seemed to kind of take the wind out of their sails when they have you backed up on third down, think they have you, and you go 96 yards in the opposite direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Those type of things, they will deflate a team. But, they play hard. They play hard the whole game. They continue to really expect more out of themselves the whole game. But, we executed and did a great job today.
Well, where do you feel the offense is having 50 points back-to-back weeks? I know the defense had one of them this week, but just talk about, do you guys feel that this is the best you've played all season? Where do you guys feel you're at right now?
we're getting better each week, but I think the main goal is perfection, as I've said before, and I think there's still strides we need to take. There's still things we can get better at. I missed a couple passes, I missed a couple things, but there's still a lot of things we can work on. It's obviously good to put up 50, but we're still trying to get better.
And that Grand Valley game next week, set that up. How big is that? I mean, the biggest one of your career, kind of going in, a lot on the line for both teams.
Huge, I was just talking to Jeff about this. We love playing at GV, and it's a great atmosphere. To have a big game like that, anybody wants to play in something like that, and it's a great opportunity for us to end the season right, get this outright GLIAC, and start our way.
Is there a sense building that you got the GLIAC championship, but is there a sense building that this team is capable of much more than just winning a GLIAC championship?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the goal. That's been the goal from day one. Obviously the GLIAC championship comes en route to the championship, but that's the main goal, is to be playing on the last game of the season for everyone. And I think our team has done a great job of building up to that, and that's what we're looking to do.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Set up that interception. You seemed like you had that play read from the start. What'd you see on it?
I just seen I was a man-to-man, so he came in motion, and our coaches always tell us if he never squares up, he's going outside. So I seen him, he didn't square up, and I was like, it's 3rd and 3, I'm gonna jump it. I hope I get it. So I got it, and then we was out the gate.
Was that your first touchdown?
No.
On defense? Okay. So
That was my first one.
But talk about that defensive effort as a whole. Is this the best 4 quarters you guys have played all season? I mean, held them to 37 yards rushing on over 30 carries. Just how do you feel about this performance compared to some of the other ones this season?
It was tremendous effort out there, and my hat goes off to like all the defensive players on the team, especially the underclassmen, because a lot of them is coming out. Hey, this for you, Jay. This for all y'all seniors, and that makes me feel real special, because last year we were the same way for our seniors, but it was just a great effort, man. I don't think this was our best game. We kind of pride ourselves in a Wayne State game, but this one was up there. It's up there.
You did this without 2 of your starters. I mean, D'Angelo was out.
Yeah.
Jason was out. Just talk about being able to having guys step in. You talked about some of the underclassmen. A lot of contributors today that maybe don't normally see the field, but you guys have guys stepping in and really kind of stepping up too.
Yeah, guys like Trayvon. He's been in the rotation all year. We have all the faith in Trayvon. He goes out there every day in practice and does his thing. He dominates in practice. So, when his number was called, we knew he was gonna go out there and make big plays. And it didn't even come as a surprise to me that interception. He went like real high for it. I wasn't surprised. I was happy for him. I was like ecstatic.
This is probably the way you dream up a senior day. Scoring a defensive touchdown, walking off as a GLIAC champion in your final game at Wick Stadium. Just talk about the emotion of all that.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better day. You couldn't ask for a better class to be a part of. It's just a great day. I got to see my mom for the first time all year. So, I mean, it's just a great day. I knew it was going to be a great day when we woke up this morning. I said my prayers and stuff. And, my hat goes off to the coaching staff and the players. And, they've done a lot to help us prepare for games like this and games like next week and the ones that just came before this one. So, it's just a lot of love. It's like a family, like Coach said, it's like a family effort. We just a lot of love out there.
As the season progressed, it seemed like only a matter of time before you guys locked up that GLIAC title. But what's it feel like to finally have that and know that you guys are GLIAC champs?
I didn't even know we were GLIAC champs, to be honest. But now that I know, it's a great feeling. But we don't want to get complacent, because our main goal is to get that big one at the end of the year. But it's a great feeling. We're gonna celebrate it tonight and get back to work tomorrow.
Well, you're working for Grand Valley. Talk about the Battle of the Valleys next weekend.
Yes, the Battle of the Valleys is a big one for us. We take that a little personal. They look at us like little brothers. So, we just want to go out there and compete at a high rate and be physical and beat Grand Valley.
Go guys.
230 yards, 4 touchdowns. It's a career day for most people. For you, it's just like another day at the office. I mean, but how to feel for you out there?
It was feeling good, but it's just all about executing and getting those looks in practice all week and just going out there and executing when they show it to us. So.
Senior day and walking off as a GLIAC champion, winning in that way. What's it feel like?
It's awesome. It's awesome just to be able to play in front of all the fans and friends and family, and it feels good. And we got something special going on right now, so it's a good feeling.
With that said, is it feeling like there's much more to come? I mean, this team's capable of much more than just a
Right.
possible undefeated GLIAC season and GLIAC title, but even more.
Yeah,
forward.
yeah, definitely. But we're just taking it week by week and day by day. So we're just going to treat every game like it's a GLIAC championship game, and that's I think why we have had so much success.
The long pass play, just talk about kind of how that's set up for you. Coach said they were kind of looking at playing the run, and then everything kind of opened up. What'd you see?
The safety came rolling down to play the run, and I knew it was just going to be me in the corner one-on-one, and we run that in practice a lot, so I kind of expected that play to happen like that, but we just had to execute. John had to throw a good ball, I had to catch it and run, so yeah, well, fortunately it worked out for us.
You guys, the signature big plays, that was the longest of your career, though. But talk about how deflating those are to the opposing team. Do you get a sense when you hit something like that? It's not just a one play. It kind of has an effect.
Yeah, definitely. Just like when when the other team hits a play like that on us, it's just kind of like, dang, it just kind of takes your steam out of you. But it's good to have those against the opponent.
And you got rolling early today. Had 4 catches on that first drive. Do you have a sense you wanted to kind of get sometimes you guys kind of pulled back a little bit, but today kind of came out rolling.
Yeah.
Talk about getting a kind of a jump start on.
Yeah, just preparing this week, watching film. We knew what they were going to give us, so just like every week, we went out there and took what they were going to give us, and we went out and made plays.
And the offense, Andrew Dillon's out, but you guys have, everybody seems like everybody's stepping up, even with injuries. Kind of talk about the offense as a whole. It seems like when pieces go down, Mark's already been out for most of the
Right.
season. Just kind of, you guys have guys stepping up
Yeah.
across from you every week.
Yeah, we have a bunch of playmakers behind us that get a lot of reps in practice, and they go out and execute in practice, and it just is showing in the game. So we got a lot of playmakers on our team.
And kind of set up next week. How big is this one versus Grand Valley?
The Grand Valley is always a fun game. I would almost rather play them at their home field than play them here, just because it's such a hostile environment and it's just fun. Coming out of high school, it's just one of those teams that they didn't really recruit me, didn't want me. So it means a lot to me to play them and have a good game against them. So it's gonna be a fun game.